Hi everybody, this is Ravi Nallapreddy from Precision Academy. Today I am going to take you into the world of mammals. I welcome you, Homo sapiens. I am going to introduce you to your family members. Friends, some of your family members, that is our family members, are endangered. Some are at the verge of being extinct. So let us save them, or at least let us know who is facing the risk of extinction from this planet. So that's what we are trying to do today. And I have a small test for you. I am going to introduce around 25 mammals to you. Today you should be in a position to reproduce all the names at the end of this video and tell me where we can locate them right now. So that's the exercise. For that you need to keenly observe and remember everything that I am going to speak now. I am going to introduce the critically endangered species that are there in India right now. Himalayan brown bear or red bear. Some of these the same species, some of them are in red color, some of them are in brown color. Where are they now? So Nepal, Tibet, North India, North Pakistan. This is where we can find them. So they are losing their habitat and also they are being persecuted by humans, that is Homo sapiens. So just remember Himalayan brown bear. Pygmy hog. This is the very small hog. The only known population lives in southern Bhutan and Assam. So this is in Assam. As the population is estimated at less than 250 matured individuals. We right now have only 250 matured pygmy hogs. So it is listed as endangered in IUCN red list. So Elvia rats, it is found in eastern Ghats of Tamil Nadu. These Elvia rats, it appears to occur in rocky habitats, dry deciduous scrubs. So it needs some scrubs and such kind of habitat. So 600 meters above sea level. In 2008 it is upgraded to a conservation status. We need to conserve. IUCN is saying we need to make an effort to conserve these Elvia rats. Andaman shrew. So it is critically endangered species. This mammal it is in the family of Soricidae. It is endemic to South Andaman Island. This is in South Andaman Islands. There is another type of shrew, that is Jenkins shrew. And in Nicobar we have Great Nicobar you have Nicobar shrew. So there are 3 types of rats. Kondana soft furred rat. This is a different type of rat. This is right now endemic to Sinhagad plateau near Pune. It is in Sinhagad plateau near Pune, Maharashtra. Now Sumatra rhinoceros. We know like one-horned rhinoceros, but this is a Sumatra rhinoceros. It is regionally extinct in India. We have not spotted them in near past. So it once occurred in the foothills of the Himalayas and northeast India. So It is the smallest and most endangered one. In 5 rhinoceros species, there are 5 rhinoceros species. This one is most endangered. The Javan rhinoceros is also believed to be extinct in India. We have not spotted them in recent past. Only a small number survive in Java and Vietnam. So, why they are under threat? Mainly whenever you come across an animal which is under threat, it will be mainly because of habitat and also poaching or human attacks on them. So, both are actually anthropogenic. That means directly we are poaching and indirectly we are causing loss to their habitat, because we are expanding our urban areas, we are mining in this area, in the forest. So many things we are deforesting. So, there are so many reasons for loss of habitat. Most of them are because of humans. So, the last Sumatran rhino in Malaysia passed away in November 2019, making the extremely rare species locally extinct in Malaysia. So, the rhino was named Iman and she died due to cancer. Malabar civet. So, until 1960s, extensive deforestation has reduced most of the natural forests in the entire Western Ghats. That's the hub of biodiversity. Unfortunately, because of the human activity there, so the natural forests, entire stretch of coastal Western Ghats are affected. So, until few decades ago, local merchants of Kerala raid Malabar civets to obtain civetone. There is something called civetone, an extract from scent gland which is used in medicines and also its aromatic, that is Malabar civet. Namdapa flying squirrel. This squirrel flies. It is among the 25 most wanted list. So, IUCN has a most wanted list. So, this is one amongst them. Global Wildlife Conservation's Search for Lost Species initiative. So, many tourists are saying that they have spotted, but they are now spotting some other similar species which is more prevalent, which is more available now, but not this Namdapa flying squirrel. It is an arboreal nocturnal flying squirrel. It flies in the night. So, it is endemic to Arunachal Pradesh. It is endemic to Arunachal Pradesh in northeast, where it is known from a single specimen collected in Nandapa National Park. 1981. In 1981, we have collected Nandapa from Nandapa National Park. That is why the name Nandapa flying squirrel. Kashmir stag. See how beautiful it is. It is found in the dense riverine forests, the high valleys of Kashmir and the northern Chamba district of Himachal Pradesh. In Kashmir, it is found in the another, you just remember this name, you can go and see this, Dachgam National Park. When you go to Dachgam National Park, do not miss this, Kashmir stag. The state of Jammu and Kashmir along with IUCN and WWF prepared a project for protection of these animals. So, there is a project so called Project Hangal. Project Hangal. So, it is also called Hangal. So, Kashmir stag. Now, they are 237. Because of this project, we could preserve some of these Kashmir stags. So, now we have 237. So, Now they have started old migratory route which spread through Sindh Valley to Talail in Gurej Valley. So, I will talk about some more endangered animals. Asiatic lion. So, it is also called Babbar Sher. Babbar Sher, the only a place in the world. So, you remember this, this is the only place, Gir forest in the Kathiawar in of Gujarat. This is no other, we do not find this in any other place in the world right now. This is the only place. The total number of Asiatic lions left are 650. We have 650 Asiatic lions in Gir area. So, Bengal tiger, 70% of its overall population lives in India, 70% of Bengal tigers lives in India. That means even outside India there are Bengal tigers. Jim Corbett National Park, it has the largest number of Bengal tigers. So, you remember, he is a hunter of man eating tigers. He was here during British rule. So, on his name we have this Jim Corbett National Park. So, most of the Bengal tigers are there now. So, the total number has come down to 2000, around 2000. So, we better we also have a project called Project Tiger. One-horned rhinos, most of us knows like where we find them, mainly in Kaziranga National Park and northeast, and so they are also available in the foothills of other areas, in the foothills of Himalayas in India as well as Nepal. So, they are generally they are poached for their horns. So, unfortunately, so which allegedly have medicinal properties, we are not sure, but this is rare. So, they are poaching for the horn. Now, more than 2000 such rhinos remaining in the wild, not in the national parks. Snow leopard. So, the number of snow leopards have dropped down to almost 500. We just have 500 snow leopards. So, we might be knowing about the snow leopards in the plains, no sorry, leopards in the plains, but these are the snow leopards. You can see even like white. So, this is the indication they are snow leopards. They are spotted in Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand. So, in the snowy areas and western and eastern parts of Himalayas. Black buck. So, when we talk about black buck, we get Salman Khan into our mind because he was booked for hunting animals. As a conservative measure, it has been introduced in Argentina and US. So, to preserve it, if we are having only in one place, that may become extinct. So, we have introduced in Argentina and US to conserve them. So, it is native to Indian subcontinent. So, it is categorized as endangered by IUCN since 2003. So, which areas we find these black bucks? Maharashtra, Orissa, Punjab, Rajasthan, Haryana, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. Most of the, so this is widely spread in India, unlike other endangered species which are only specific to Western Ghats in one state or like Assam or specific areas, but this one is spread almost in many states of India. Hoolock gibbons. So, they are called as hoolock because they make lot of sounds like hoo sound. So, these are called hoolock gibbons. So, this is the only ape to be found in India, only ape. Remember this. We have only one species of ape in India, It's the most accomplished acrobat. If you can see the YouTube videos on it, so these gibbons have very long hands, longer than their legs. So they are very acrobatic. They jump from one tree to other, one branch to other. They keep making big sound. Very chatty animals, very interesting. So dense forests of all 7 northeastern states, all 7 sisters, that is the northeastern states, have this Hoolok gibbons. They are also found in Bangladesh, some parts of Burma and China. Nilgiri langur. So as the name says, they are available in Nilgiris of Western Ghats in South India. So its range also includes Kodagu in Karnataka, Kodayur hills in Tamil Nadu, and many other hilly areas in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. These are the Nilgiri langurs. Wild ass. So in my childhood we used to see lot of donkeys being used for carrying firewood or like grass or whatever. Now we don't see them much as domesticated asses. Donkeys, this is a different type of donkeys. Like, so last refuge lies in Indian Wild Ass Sanctuary, Little Rann of Kutch, and surrounding areas of Great Rann of Kutch in the Gujarat province of India. So lion-tailed macacus, it's like its tail looks like a lion's tail. You can see this is how a lion's tail is, and not just lion's tail, you can see this face. So the hair around the face, it also looks like a lion, but they are called as lion-tailed macaque. So tail is medium in length, has black tuft at the end. So this one black tuft, and it's similar to lion's tail. Eats indigenous fruits and leaves, buds, insects, small vertebrates in virgin forest. It's endemic to where? Western Ghats. I told you it's hub of biodiversity. So Chinese pangolin, we keep hearing about this in news. It's native to southern Nepal, North India, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, northern Indochina, southern China, and also Taiwan. So it's in IUCN Red List from 2014. Why is it in news generally? So a mature Chinese pangolin weighs 2 to 7 kgs. So this is not that big animal. The female gives birth to a single offspring. Like human beings, they give birth to only single offspring. That could be the one of the reasons why it is getting extinct. The population is not growing fast. It's an insectivore. It eats insects, feeds on ants, termites, digging them out of the mounds. They keep digging and then eating all those ants and termites. So they are being poached. So that's why we see them in the news. Chinese people eat its meat. We keep talking about kinds of food Chinese eat. This is so they have strange habit of eating all kinds of animals. So they eat even Chinese pangolin and its scales. So I have shown you like that pangolin has scales like this. So this pangolin scales are used as ingredients to traditional Chinese medicine. That's why they are being poached. Nilgiri thar. So locally they call it as ibex. It is the state animal of Tamil Nadu. Nilgiri thar. Remember the state animal of Tamil Nadu. So they are endemic to Nilgiri hills, southern portion of Western Ghats, state of Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Now we have around 2500 Nilgiri Thars left in the world. The leopard cat, just like leopard, you can see the skin of it. Just if you are shown the skin, so you will say could be it is leopard skin. So they are found in agriculturally used areas, but prefer forest habitat. They are in agriculture areas, but they prefer forest areas. So typical evergreen rainforests and plantations at sea level, in subtropical deciduous and coniferous forests in the foothills of the Himalayas. That is where we find them. Himalayan wolf. So its lineage can be found living in Himalayas and Tibetan plateau. So its predominated above 4000 meters. So above 4000 meters, that is where we predominantly see them at that elevation, because they have adopted low oxygen environment. Some animals they adapt to low oxygen environment. This wolf lives in such environments. So some of them are captured in the wild. They are kept. See this national park, you remember Padmaja Naidu Himalayan Zoological Park, that is in West Bengal. So that is where some of these Himalayan wolves were kept, and also Kufri Zoo in Himachal Pradesh. So in wild we are not able to spot them now. So red panda. So the red pandas are called living fossils. Why? As they are the only living members of the Ailuridae mammalian family. So that is a subfamily. I told about, like, we are all part of mammals family, and there are again small subfamilies in it. So this is the only one left. There are two types of species that is recently in news because of that: Chinese red panda and Himalayan red panda. Chinese red pandas are found in northern Myanmar, southeastern Tibet, and also in China. The Himalayan red pandas are found in India, Nepal, Bhutan, southern Tibet. Now I will show you where we trace them in India, so that whenever you go that side, you don't miss them. So I will start from the down: lion-tailed macaque, this one, lion-tailed macaque here, and then Nilgiri langur, this one, Nilgiri langurs in the Western Ghats, Malabar civets in the Western Ghats, these three. So when you go to Western Ghats, try to locate them. Jerdon's courser is in the Eastern Ghats, Andhra Pradesh, and then black buck is throughout India in the plains, and then Asiatic lions and wild ass, Ran of Kutch and Gir forest. Asiatic lions and wild ass, these two here in Gujarat. So Hulak gibbons, these ones, they are in the, these ones, Hulak gibbons, they are in the northeast, all 7 states. Pygmy hog, it is in Assam. So pygmy hogs, they are in Assam. So this, you just remember this. So we have other birds and all that. I will deal them in some other time. Thank you for joining. You pick up a pen and paper, try to reproduce all the names of the family members, and then these are all our family members, mammals. So and write where you can spot them in India. Thank you very much for joining. I will meet you again in some other session with some other types of biodiversity. Till such time, bye bye.